All right, welcome to our fresh file playthrough of Warriors Abyss. This is Koi Guy. So our goal in the beginning is going to be going from the Hall of Bonded Souls down to Liu Bei, so that way we can get his special ability. You'll see there in Unique Tactics, Oath of the Peach Garden, that'll increase our attack by 100% when we're using Guan Yu or Zhang Fei, who are both quite powerful in this game. If you're not familiar with this game, this is a roguelike version of Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors. Who played those games before? It's pretty fun. It shadow launched during a state of play a couple months ago. At the start here, again, we're going to have a few tutorials that come up. I'm going to be skipping them for the most part. To start with here, we're going to pick Jahadun because he has, as you see, the top right there. There is a symbol of the Karma emblem, that blue flame. That means we'll get bonus Karma emblems for completing with Jahadun, and or doing anything with him for that matter. And that will allow us to more quickly unlock Liu Bei, which we require 3,000 for. Kenshin Usugi is also extremely strong, but he kind of requires having a few more heroes unlocked. So we're just going to stick with Jahadun. We're going to try to get to the end of the game. It is quite difficult at this point with so few officers unlocked. We're going to do what we can. There's 4 levels to this game that are separated by phases. So this is phase 1. You see the top right there. The last phase, phase 8, is the boss phase. So you get an option of a hero with a crystal sapling. This first one is free. They just give you one. Yeah. Dian Wei was my original favorite Dynasty Warrior. My relative introduced me to this game. He left me with it for a few hours, and I just played Battle of Chubi with Dian Wei over and over again in Dynasty Warriors 2 until he was fully maxed out. To start with here, we have some options here. We're going to go with Dian Wei because Flame is an extremely powerful element. This status menu you'll see here will show you the various emblems you have. So each hero has a series of emblems that they come with. So Dian Wei, for instance, has that shield and the fire. So the shield over here will increase your defense capability. And then there's elements. There's fire, ice, wind, shock, and slay. Fire is very useful because it applies damage over time to the enemies, and if any bosses go underground, which some of them do, it allows you to track them underground. So we're going to pick Dian Wei to start. It shows you what it did each time you unlock someone. All right, so this is a part of the game that people kind of don't go into enough detail here. You want to click Y, view available heroes, and here it will show you who you're looking for. We're looking for one thing in particular here. Now this one that doesn't have any symbol, so these mean that you'll only have people with the skill icon, which is this one. That's how you unlock your attack actions. And then this one is the wind for the wind icon. This one is just everybody that's left that you have not unlocked yet. So this is how we're going to get that boot is your evade. And invulnerable evade is the most important thing you can possibly get when you're starting a run because of the first boss of Blazing Wastes. All right, he's telling us about summoning. So summoning is just, you'll see across the bottom, when I do my X once, Dian Wei lights up. When I hold Y or triangle, that will trigger Dian Wei, and then he will be on a cooldown that you see down there. So you have 6 of those that correspond with the number of attacks that each character gets. All right, so This is a opportunity we get usually every phase, where you'll be given a random emblem to unlock. So for this situation, we're going to take unlock attack actions because it'll allow us to summon more heroes with our 5 and 6. Yeah, makes possible to use normal attack 5, charged attack 5. So once we have enough heroes, that will be relevant. All right. So we're probably going to have to re-roll here. No, we don't. We got Zheng He right off the bat, so that's great. That's who we're looking for. You'll see here he has 5-way elite. So those things at the bottom there are additional emblems that relate to each individual character, and if that you get things that match, they have certain things that will happen. For instance, if you see the unique tactics here on the left-hand side for Zheng He, if you have all of the 4 other 5-way elite, you'll summon all of them when you summon him, which is extremely strong. So you get the summon effect of effectively 4 heroes in one, if you have all the other ones, which we don't have them unlocked yet. So, but we're going to take Zheng He for invulnerable evade, invulnerable while evading. Ice is pretty weak because it doesn't freeze bosses. It's very useful for clearing phases, but not very relevant in waves. All right. So now we're picking our next thing here. This icon upgrades your Mushu attack, which is actually quite strong. Zhou Yu would be ideal. We're going to get him because we have so few heroes, because he has that sparkly one in the middle there. That unlocks your formation abilities, which we'll discuss once we unlock that. So let's go through with that. The scaling of the enemies is pretty precipitous. In the beginning, they're pushovers, you kill them in one hit. But it goes pretty quick to where you can't kill them as easily as I am. Alright, we heard that sound. That means that we got another emblem here. Now for this one, I'm going to take attack to increase our attack. The thing you really need in this game is to have your attack percentage, which you'll see there next to Xiahou on the right. His attack percentage is now 20. You really need that to be at about 150 to have a good chance of winning a run. We got a ways to go here. You'll notice he has a ability that 1 underneath his attribute stuff. Veteran General of Wei. You get 5% attack for every Wei emblem. So obviously encouraging you to pick Wei. You'll see there slightly charges Mushu gauge when you inflict wound. So wound is what you get from Slay. So Slay's special effect is it applies wound to the enemies. So we'll be looking for that later. Right now we're going to get Zhou Yu. Now you'll see here, this is Jushu, but we have not unlocked him yet, so he has a lock on him. And we're going to see that a lot as we've just started this file. So we're just going to pick Zhou Yu because we're going to get Mushu attack power, which is great. Xiahou attack, Mushu attack is always great, and it's good in this game. Formation techniques. We're probably going to get a tutorial here about that in a moment. All right, so this chest that you see is awesome. So that means we got a mission, and we'll get a special item at the end of the mission. We've only got one person. It is a Wei. We're going to go for it. Xiahou is probably my personal favorite character from mythology. You'll see he has that. All right, so this is the mission. Defeat 3 punished souls within 1 minute. So defeat 3 officers in 90 seconds. So we're going to probably do a Mushu attack here. Those targets are who we have to kill. Anyway, what I was saying about Xiahou, that eye patch you see there, during the Battle of Japi, his men were under siege, and they had very low morale, and he was shot in the eye with an arrow. And he proceeded to take the arrow out, and he ate his own eye, which is gross, I know, but it inspired his troops, and they ended up winning that battle. If you didn't know, Dynasty Warriors is about 2nd and 3rd century China during the Romance of the Three Kingdoms period, which is effectively their version of the Iliad. Is a text called Romance of the Three Kingdoms. So these characters, most of them are real people. Obviously, their feats were exaggerated as they are in the Iliad, but they were real people. And with cases like the Jahudun story, it's likely that that really did happen. There really was a guy who did that during a siege and caused his troops to win the battle. So pretty cool. Other thing I forgot to show you, when you're looking at this, if you press X, it'll show you what these upgrades do. So increasing Mushu gauge charge amount by 10%, that's what we want. We want to do Mushu attacks more often because it hits hard and we're going to need it. Alright. This is one thing I could do without in this game. The child, they need some kind of conceit for you to be down here in the underworld fighting bosses, I guess. So that's why we're here. Alright, so we're going to open this chest. 300 karma. That's what we're looking for. That's the thing that lets us unlock new characters. We need 3,000 for Liu Bei, so we got a ways to go. Genji it is. Alright. Increases our assembly duration. Now that yellow bar above the hero portraits you see across the bottom, that is the assembly gauge. Once that is full, we'll be able to do our special attack, basically, which is when all of our heroes appear on the screen. They all do all their effects. We do more damage. We take less damage. And then at the end, you can do, if you have a Mushu attack, you can do a big, giant attack that does a huge amount of damage. So what we're building towards there, we have a mission here. We might as well take this. It's got the most power level for us. We're going to look for Guan Yu to get more fire element. 70 enemies. Shouldn't be an issue. Those guys, the unrepentant souls, gotta watch out for them. They're rallying their troops, and then they'll do a big, giant special attack on you if you don't stop them. Alright, so we got a mission here. 70 enemies in 45 seconds. Again, not going to be a problem. Now summon attacks you see, they can be pretty varied. Some people give you an aura that increases your defense or debuffs the enemies. Others are just a normal attack. Most of them are a normal attack, I'd say. In this situation, we're going to take Slay. We would like to get Wound available so that we are getting that special effect from Jahudun charging our Mushu. You see here, this replenishes our health by 1%. And we one-hit kill him with a Slay attribute attack. So another thing about elements, you don't actually have them until you get 4. So you see, you look up the right-hand side there. Before you get to 4, this thing here, that's a special effect for all of these various emblems. Once you have that, then you have the flame on all your attacks. You have Slay on all of your charge attacks, the Y attacks, the triangle attacks. Before that, the only source of that are your heroes. So, you don't actually do anything with those elements until you either have 4 emblems or you're summoning one of these people. Right? Like Dian Wei does Earth Shatter, Flame, which does flame damage. But you're not actually doing flame damage until you have 4 emblems of flame. Alright, anyway. More emblems. We love to see it. Karma Embers, I mean. Guan Yu, also love to see it. Yeah, so when you destroy barriers, so some bosses and elites have barriers. This allows us to charge our Mushu when we break those, which is great. Defense raise is nice. It's not going to matter as much as attack does eventually. We're 1 flame emblem away from actually applying flame. So let's see where someone... So this is one that will give us Karma Embers, which would be 500, which is great. If we don't see a fire person, all right, well, that's one guy, and he obviously is fire. He is the person in the mythology who initiated the fire attack at the Battle of Cherbis, allowing the coalition of Wu and Shu to defeat Cao Cao and the Wei army. He actually pretended to defect to Wei to pull this off, and he perished in the battle. But for our purposes, he's going to be very helpful, because we are going to get our fourth flame element and apply flame to our charge attacks. Alright, so now they're telling us about the assemble gauge, which is helpful for you guys. Alright, so I can do assemble now if I wanted to, but I am not going to do it, because it is phase 6, and we're going to need that for the first boss. Alright. Sin Spewers usually drop items. That one did not. Alright, that little symbol right there is the one that gives us a random emblem. So this is great. We actually got the flame attribute. We're going to not get it because we're about to get it from Huang Gai anyway. We're going to take the speed. Increases movement speed by 10%. Underrated ability, I'd say. Pretty useful. Leveling up, you'll see the level in the bottom left once Enma stops talking to us about whatever it is that he talks about. I don't really understand, but we're going to get through it. Yep. Alright, we're going to skip it. Alright, so the bottom left there, that's the level. So once that increases your attack, defense, everything goes up. There used to be a way to raise your level very quickly. There was a special event that would happen where you could get 300% XP for a couple phases. They have removed it because it was overpowered. Alright, so here is Huang Gai. We now have Flame attribute. We have Invulnerability. We are doing great. This is a danger zone, meaning that it's more dangerous than normal. I think because they know that these boots would give us an additional evade, which is very nice. We're going to consider that. This is a mission, though, with more power elements. It's kind of a tough decision. Increasing range. We're gonna take the boots, and we're gonna go for Hanzo Hattori, so we can get additional. He has 2 boots, which is great. So you don't have any ability to block in this game. You just have your evade. So that's why evade is so important. And especially with the first boss, you'll see how relevant that is. And there's Hanzo. So we are going to increase our evasion account. So we now have 2 evades, which is just awesome. Alright, so we are going into Onigashira. This is the #1 hardest thing for new players in this game. And I'm going to try not to die, because he's quite difficult. Just got to be patient. Yeah, alright. I'm going to explain all that. That's why I'm here. So you see that white bar is the barrier. Once that's down, we actually do health damage. Right there, that glowing that you saw is when he's vulnerable. When those come in, it charges your Mushu and your Assemble gauge. We already have full charge of both. We're going to try to get as many of our summons as we can. You can see that Invulnerable Evade is just absolutely critical. And also we're burning with that the fire effect. But you can see how patient you have to be, because he just doesn't stop attacking. And I know it seems like I'm dodging a lot, maybe too early, but I just don't want to fail this, because it's the sort of thing that can snowball on you, where if you keep failing it, it makes for, you know, a little frustration, because you want to unlock more stuff. You have to get past this guy to unlock more stuff. So we're doing good, though. We're doing good. We're about to get his barrier down, and then we're going to Assemble gauge and Mushu at the end. Alright, So we're going to do our symbol. That summons everybody. They start hitting them. We just do so little damage. It's comical. Alright. Once he starts to get up, I'm going to do it. Alright, I'm doing it now. Then you do a special Spirit Bomb. Oh, is he not going to die? Okay, got him. Nice. Alright. Now what's going to happen is we're going to run out of heroes because the next boss is much easier. Alright. So this is the relics. These are very powerful rewards with some downside. So increase attack by 300%. You're like, oh wow, that's great against Sin Spewer enemies. Okay, well that doesn't really matter at all. Alright, so this one increases the charge attack power by 5% after we clear a phase. This is a good one to have early because we're so early in the run. I would take this, increasing our Karma Embers amount. I mean, that's hard to say no to, but this is something that might allow us to actually beat this run this time. So we're gonna take it. Yeah, they're telling us we can only have 6 heroes. We know this. All right, this little, I don't even know what it is. They're tears of blood. They look kind of like, I don't know, crab legs. I have no idea. But unfortunate that's the thing we're going for, because I'd really rather not have that. We'll explain why once we get to there. We got an achievement. Great. On our first attempt. I don't think we've even been hit yet, honestly. Second map. New music. New us. And that bonus evade is just great. Just being able to zip around the map like that. His C2 is just very satisfying. Great. Tears of blood. Alright. So, this is where we were getting down to it here. Ideally, we would need more skill emblems because we need to be able to summon our other heroes. So let's take that. I'd say skill emblems and strength is what I'm looking for more attack. Because our attack is starting to be a problem. You can kind of tell, you're not seeing that completion status going up because I got to hit people multiple times. Yeah. Unfortunate. We're going to have trouble with missions at this point if we don't get more strength. Because we're just killing stuff way too slow. Think we got an emblem? Nope. Thought I heard the emblem sound, but it was not the emblem sound. So, I mean, in this situation right now, we have so few people that just taking the one with the most emblems makes the most sense. Sometimes you're going to want to go for people that are Shu or Sanada, for instance. But in this case, we're just going to pick Uesugi because he gives us 4 emblems. We're going to get increased attack range. We're going to get, the consecutive hit window just basically means when you're hitting, if you evade and then keep your chain going, it just lets you summon. Whoops. I was going to demonstrate. Yeah, gotcha. All right, so see how it kept the chain going. After I evade, anyway, when you evade and then keep attacking, your consecutive hit window allows you to keep moving down the chain. So that way, enemies that are attacking and trying to interrupt you, you can summon people later in the line, like Guan Yu and Guan Gai we have down there. I don't think there's anyone that really matters here for us. Uh, Cleaving Blade Bolt. I guess I prefer that to the tactical focus, just because it doesn't always hit the enemy it's supposed to be hitting. Got some good choices here. We're gonna take the strength. We just need the strength. Our damage is too low right now. All right, that was our first hit. I believe we took 30 damage. Not good. Not good. Yeah. This is how you know if you're getting to the point where you're overpowered in an area. Now, granted, I was not evading at all, but if you're taking big hits and you're not able to kill stuff, you're in trouble. All right, so this is a mission that we have to. There's going to be a number of punished souls on the map, and it's basically just luck if you kill the right one or not. We might have to use our symbol gauge here, to be honest with you. We'll see how it goes. All right, cool. One of them came to us. Occasionally, they're all over the map. Sometimes you see how that flame is just chewing through people. It's so good. All right, so you'll see it keeps telling us that was the wrong one. So we're gonna keep looking. See if this Sin Spear gives us anything good. We got time still. Cool. Gave us an attack up. That's nice. I hear something. I think I hear the emblem over here. Nope, it's just health. That's good too. You end up at the point where so much health drops that the only time that you really die is on the final boss in this game. This is a very forgiving mission for us. And you might think that, we're getting more experience by this mission taking longer, but when you finish it, everything just dies anyway. So it doesn't really, in my experience, matter how long you stay in the mission, in the phase. You're going to get a lot of experience regardless. This is the last one. Cool. And we went all the way to the end, to the last one, so... Alright, level 9. Not bad for this point. Alright, so that increases duration. If a summoning skill has duration, because some of them don't, that really applies to the aura skills I was telling you about, where it'll increase your attack or your defense for a brief amount of time. We're going to take Zhang Fei here. Yeah, so that is trying to tell us that, oh, you get to unlock their special ability, which, I mean, Goemon's is dropping Tears of Blood. It's irrelevant for us right now. It will be good later, but it's just not worth it. I mean, he has one fist versus this. It's just not even a contest. We're going to get an attack increase by 20%. I want to look and see how many Wei we have left. We have none. And we're going to run out of heroes. That's all there is to it. Let's just get Lu Xun. It'll be more fire, more Mushu attack relevance. I don't know if you can win a run with this few people. We'll try. We've already done really, really well for the first try. Alright, we're going to do a Mushu attack here. Not bad. Again, normally when you're playing Jahadun, you're just looking for Wei. You're looking for Wei emblems to boost your attack more and more and more. You try to get that Zhang He thing going where you got, the 5 Tiger Generals all summoning each other at once. It's really, really good, but we just don't have that right now. Shortening evasion cooldown is good. We're gonna go for attack. We just need the vigor. It's called vigor, not strength. Strength is the defense one. Getting used to the terms still in this game. Don't know what you mean, what you need, but we're just going to go. All right. We got a mission here. Okay, this is a King's Cauldron. Basically, you spend the red currency. You'll see at the bottom right there, we've got the blue currency is the Karma Embers we use to unlock new heroes. The red is Karma Embers. King's Blood, which allows you to temporarily unlock them for this run, and also new formations. We don't have any new formations because we're too new to the game, so we are going to not do it. What skill people do we have? We're going for Yukimura. We're going for Yukimura. You know why? I don't have to tell you. Maybe I do. Fire element. We are going for fire because it's so good, especially early. I just want to do it. I just want to do it. I just want to do it. I feel like doing it. Probably the wrong choice, but I can get it back. Alright. Almost at the end. I'm going to rip my Mushu attack. Perfect. This will complete that mission for us right now with the Spirit Bomb. Very cool. Very swag. It's burn. It just is. It's just what you got to do. And there he is. There's the guy. All right. Okay, we are getting to the end. This Peach Trees, as you can see, replenishes your health, increases your maximum health. Not really relevant for us. We're going to go here because we still have not unlocked enough attacks to summon our last two people. Give me something good, Sinspira. Nothing. Nothing. He gives me nothing. That's alright. What about this one? Okay, you're gonna hit me really hard. Yeah. It's getting pretty hazy. Yeah. We are about to die. That's alright. For a first try, first run, this is really good. I lived. Alright. We're going to take this. Gives us more attack options. And then you see now Guan Yu and Huang Gai down there are lit up. So they are active. Okay. We're going to take Jiayun. Got a better... Actually, Ina... I like Ina's attack more. I should take Ina. Who do we have a fire left? Oh, Zhurong. Right. Alright. We cannot be hit, or we will die. We're probably going to die. That's okay. If we get our Mushu attack, you're invulnerable while you're in Mushu. I'm gonna rip it. See if we get anything. Got my eyes on that Sin Spewer. We got some health back from leveling up. I was slowed by something. Not going down without a fight, I'll tell you that. Yep. Any health? Yes. Gave me 6 health. Interesting. Alright. All we got is Zhurong. She did increase our flame attribute by 100, which is cool. So, let's just look at this. Dazzling bullets. Prefer that. can actually go faster with the triggers. I just wasn't doing that. All right, so this boss is not very difficult. He might hit me with a stupid attack and kill me, but I'm pretty happy with this as a first run. On my first time playing this game, it took me a lot of tries to get past the first boss. So that one, you can just kind of sidestep the second one. You don't have to worry about it. Yep. I did not press A. All good. Enma knows we're dead. Alright, so we got 3,000 Karma Embers, which if we were right on Liu Bei, we could get him, but we're unfortunately not quite right on him. Alright, so don't need to really hear it from you. We're going to go to the Hall of Souls ourselves. Yeah, so the ones with an exclamation point, you know, they say are going to increase your bond bonus, which will increase various stats. So we're trying to work our way to this guy right here. That's who we want. So we're gonna take Ranmaru. Actually has an interesting tech to him, so we're gonna take him first. But I think the guy you need for him is way up here. Nobunaga. Yeah. He's somewhere up here. Anyway, we're going to unlock these last few things and then we're going to call it for episode 1. Just going to take people to get down there. Wang Zhong. Very fun hero to play with. Very difficult. You see there, each one increases your abilities. So ideally having them all unlocked is the goal, of course. But at the start, you can kind of, look at their icons to see what they will increase: defense, attack, or health. We're going to save those 1,115 that are left, unless this is good, which it is not. It increases our... these are different formations. This one just increases your attack against Sin Spear enemies. It does give us a better bonus. It gives 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. The default one only gives a 40% bonus to attack. Is it worth it for 100 Karma Emblems? I think it is. We're going to take it. Why not? We get an achievement. Wonderful. This is pretty good too. I'm going to take it. I know I said I wasn't going to. Please don't be mad at me. That one's not very good. We're not going to take it. We're going to save the rest for our guy right here. That's what we're looking for. Both of the Peach Garden. So next time we're going to pick somebody that's going to help us get those last 2,100 Karma Embers, get Liu Bei, and off to the races. Or we're going to beat the whole thing and get him and a bunch of other people. So if you like this, please subscribe. Like the video, helps a lot. And thanks so much for watching. See ya.